On the weekends, I like to let myself wake up naturally. And this day, I slept in way later than normal by at least a few hours. Mornings are usually rough for me. I don't feel very good in the morning. But I try to quickly shift into a space of gratitude and remembering my dreams and doing some visualization. Every weekend, I like to do a little facial with this Drunk Elephant products. So I put that on while I'm gathering up my laundry and whatnot, and then come back and wash it off. I like to take care of the busy work of the day in the morning. That way I have the most energy and I'm most awake. So now I'm just washing off my face mask, and afterwards you're supposed to put on this oil, which feels just delicious on your skin. Just looking at myself in this video, I can tell how miserable I feel. I was having a rough morning. I was in a lot of pain and my energy was low. So another part of my daily routine is to set anything I need reminded of right next to the coffee pot, because I know that I'm going there. So that's called habit stacking. When you take an existing habit and you use it in order to help remind you of other things. I'm just going to take some time here to sit and do some stretching. Really show my body a little TLC for a few minutes so that I can move around easier. My joints get really stiff and I'm in a lot of pain in the mornings. So I like to sit there and just take my time stretching while I'm watching some TV or catching up on YouTube. And I like to do this before I eat anything, before I drink anything. You can tell how much pain I was in trying to get into this position. I send myself love and light. Ooh, girl, it is finally time for some coffee. I like to hold off on having coffee until I've done a few things that I need to do, like take my medication, do some stretching, things like that, and then I get to reward myself. And here I'm just getting some water so that I can sit it next to where I'll be setting for the day, because if I don't, then I will forget to drink and I won't hydrate. So we're hitting that time of day where I am crashing fast. Normally it happens around lunchtime, but because it's the weekend, I slept in a little bit, and so it's happening a little bit later. It's like 2:30 right now, 2:45. And like I'm fine, and then like boom, I am not fine. I am spacey, I feel cranky, I feel almost panicked, I start getting this anxiety, and it's because like my sugar's dropping. I'm prone to low blood sugar, but my sugar is dropping. I'm not hydrated enough. I know I haven't had enough protein today. But it's just such a weird feeling. Like I'm fine and like living life, enjoying the day, and then all of a sudden I'm just like, I can't function, I can't cope. Like I need food like now, and I need to hydrate, and I need to just take a little bit of a break and reset myself. So this is usually part of my daily routine. Usually I try to eat I try to be proactive and like do a preemptive strike, and like I know about the time of day it's coming, so I just take lunch and like eat to head it off at the pass. But today it snuck up on me. So I want to make some chaffles, but I didn't clean my chaffle maker after yesterday, so I have to do that real quick, and then I am going to make some chaffles. BRB. I like this because it's savory. It gives me a little bit of crunch and texture, but it's really high protein. So I just dump 1 egg. I break 1 egg into like a mixing cup and beat it really well. And you can make these with any ingredients you want, really. This is just my go-to, tried and true. Now, the key to getting a good crisp on the outside of this chaffle is to put down a little bit of layer, a small layer of mozzarella on the both sides of it. So I'm going to start with just a very small little bit of mozzarella because it crisps up easier. And then 1 egg actually makes 2 chaffles. So I'm just going to pour like half of the mixture in here. That was probably way more than half. I got a little ahead of myself there. And then I'm just going to start putting in some toppings. And I like diced ham, green onions, feta cheese, and some cheddar. That was a lot. I'm hungry. I just have some green onions here in a bowl. Pop in a couple pieces of feta. And I don't mind sticking my hands in these bags because I'm literally the only person here that uses them, and they don't last long enough to go bad, or you know, my hands are always clean. So anyways, if you were here, I would not do this and I would use a fresh bag. Okay, so I got all that in there, and now I'm going to put another outer layer of mozzarella to crisp up. And because I used more than half the egg, it's like spilling over a little bit there. So the next one will probably be a little thin, but I'm just gonna let that cook for a few minutes. And do you remember this morning when I was getting water and I said that if I don't get the water that I need and put it by where I'm sitting, then I won't drink it. So I just put it there, and then it'll be there when I want it and I'll drink it. So I got the water, and then I forgot it in the kitchen and forgot to put it in there. And so it was 2:30 in the afternoon, and I realized, why am I so thirsty? And I looked around for my water, and I'm like, I've had 0 water today because I didn't bring it in with me and I forgot about it. So yeah, hydration is a priority this afternoon. I'm just gonna flip this over a little bit. These little mini waffle makers are amazing. I got this one on Amazon for like $9 or $10. I'll link to it below in case you want one. And if you want more recipes for chaffles, I mean, like I said, if you're making them with eggs and cheese, you can really put anything you want in there. But you can make like pizza chaffles, you can make dessert chaffles, you can make them to be like regular waffles but with more protein. All you have to do is go online, Pinterest, TikTok, Instagram, any of those places, and search chaffle recipes. CHAFFLE. It means waffles made with cheese. This is just the one I always go to because it's quick and easy and lots of protein. Alright, so I'm impatient. I would normally leave that till it was way darker, but I'm impatient because I'm hungry. So I'm going to take that out and set it. I don't know if you could see. I have a wire cooling rack here. I'm just going to set it there to crisp up while I'm making the next one. Want to hear something weird? So I was doing laundry a few weeks ago and I dumped my hamper into the washing machine. Oh, that reminds me, I never started my laundry today. Oops. Anyways, dumped my laundry in and there was a little green army man in the washing machine. Came out of my hamper. Where the heck did that come from? My grandkids haven't been here in weeks. Couldn't have been them. So then I went to put on a jacket a few days ago. There's one in my pocket of my coat that I haven't worn in probably 2 years. Now, I have not had little green army men for probably 25 years since my son was little. Where did these come from? How did they get into my house and in all these weird places that, like, even if they were from my grandkids, that I would think they were, my grandkids, they're tiny. They can't get in my closet and like reach up in the pockets of my coat. They don't get in there anyways, but I mean, and in the bottom of my hamper, the weirdest thing ever. So I don't know what's up with these little army men, brown and green ones, but maybe it's a message. I don't know. So I'm just gonna let those sit there and crisp up for a few minutes and then put them on a paper towel and go eat. Eat and hydrate. So normally at this time during the afternoon, I also open up my doors and windows to let a little bit of energy in here because it helps get me grounded again and get me recentered. And I also might smudge a little bit, maybe light some incense. It's freezing today. It was 80 degrees all week, and today it is in the 30s and it's currently snowing. Craziness, but welcome to Ohio. Anyways, I'm gonna smudge real quick. Look how good my aloe plant is doing. She's grown so much. Remember when she was like the size of my pinky finger? Some other things that I normally do in the afternoon to help me get recentered if I feel like I need them is I'll do a couple of inverted yoga poses like downward dog. It just helps me feel, it helps get the energy moving and helps me get grounded. And I definitely need to meditate. I should have done that before I ate. I'm too far gone at this point. And I need the food first. But in an ideal world, I would meditate before I eat. It's easier for me to get into the meditation if I have an empty stomach. Or at least not a full stomach, I should say. As the day winds to a close, I try to still myself. I try to keep things quiet. I dim the lights. In my bedroom, I have a light bulb that I can choose the color, and I usually set it to like an indigo purple color at night because it feels calming to me, isn't too stimulating. Every weekend, I wash my sheets and freshen up my bedroom, and I usually get the best sleep of the week on clean sheet night because it has washed away all of the energy from the sheets from the week before. And then I moisturize and do all the things that you normally do before bedtime. And then I try to move into a space of gratitude. I ask for protection over my home. I thank my guides and God for the day I've had, and I ask for protection. And then I just start naming things that I'm grateful for. I try to end the day on a grateful heart. and that helps a lot too. This is just a simple example of one of my daily routines. And daily routines don't have to be exciting, but they're personal. Yours might include going to the gym every morning or taking time to read a book. My book reading usually happens while I'm working through the week. I will put on an audiobook and I'll listen to the book versus reading it, but I listen to at least 10 minutes a day, usually a couple of hours, but at least 10 minutes a day. And if I'm actually reading a book, I'll do a minimum of 10 pages a day, but that usually happens during the workday. Having a daily routine, even if it's nothing fancy, is a good tool for finding your way back to yourself when you've got a lot going on, when you've become ungrounded, when you've kind of lost your way a little bit. It helps you to make your way back to your sense of normal. It helps you to set the tone for your day. It helps you to set the tone for your sleep at night. It helps you to reset in the middle. I hope this helped. I'll talk to you soon.